Hello, interwebs. Sunday, September 10th now. Yesterday was Saturday. September 9th. The race was yesterday. That's what I'm here to talk about. Matt Kenseth was on the pole. So he, not in a must-win, but in a need-a-good finish. So if there's a new winner, he just has to beat Jamie McMurray or Chase Elliott. Same for those two. They just have to beat one of the others if there's a new winner. There wasn't. Spoiler alert. So it didn't matter. Anyways, just to start off, they did some four-wide fan salute during the pace laps. I don't know what it means. Just go with it. Lap 35, Landon Castle cut a tire and hit the wall. That ended his playoff hopes. If you're a NASCAR fan, you understand that. Well, why would you be watching this if you're not a NASCAR fan? Kyle Busch. He was being aggressive on restarts, because he's Kyle Busch. Kurt Busch started to drop back because he felt a vibration, and he thinks it's because his brakes were too cool. So he turned his fans off on the brakes so they could heat up a little bit, get him some more speed. Matt Kenseth was leading, and he went into turn 3. And he locked up his brakes, and there was a bunch of smoke that came out of the car, and NASCAR thought it was a spin, so they threw a caution with 13 to go in stage 1. There wasn't actually anything that happened, so that was a caution. So everyone pitted. Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth won off pit road. 3 cars stayed out: Stenhouse, Keselowski, and Menard. So Kenseth won. He was in 4th. Kyle Busch restarted 5th. He jumped under everyone, took the lead. It was him, and he was able to hold off Kyle Larson for stage 1. And no, pop-up ad. Don't you pop up in front of me. No.
Hey, and it was like...
Ah! Kyle Busch won stage 1. 2nd, Kyle Larson. 3rd, Clint Boyer. 4th, Matt Kenseth. 5th, Martin Truex Jr. 6th, Joey Logano. 7th, Eric Jones. 8th, Kevin Harvick. 9th, Chase Elliott. 10th, Kurt Busch. So that is the stage 1 results. So yeah. They pitted. Clint Boyer got a penalty for man over the wall too soon. You can't have a man jump over the wall. I think it's 2 pit stalls. You have to wait till they're 2 pit stalls away. And he clearly did before that. So, yeah. Newman stayed out, but he quickly dropped due to the fact he was on old tires. And so, yeah, that was just to save an extra set of tires because tires mean a lot at Richmond. Tires just fall off really quick, and very difficult to really keep a car handling right when your tires are old. So that's why they stayed out. They wanted an extra set of tires, so if there was some late race cautions, they could have those extra tires and maybe do something with them. Lap 130, Kyle Busch took the lead over Kyle Larson. And then later, 154, Martin Truex took the lead, and he won stage 2. He pretty much just walked away from that. So stage 2 results: Martin Truex Jr., Matt Kenseth, Eric Jones, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, Kyle Busch. So yeah. And then in the pits, Kevin Harvick rear-ended someone. He got a big hole. Well, not big, but he got a hole in his right front. And they had to put some tape over it to kind of fix it, but he dropped to 24th because of that. Then next restart, Truex got a really good jump. He restarted first on the outside. He had a car on his inside. And then Larson was behind him. He got a really good jump on the inside car. And then Larson was right behind him, but Truex ended up, doing that. Lap 255, Austin Dillon dumped Danica Patrick. And it looked very intentional. So... And they both looked pretty pissed after that. So, I mean, they were both very upset with each other for some reason. So Austin decided to write Danica. Good job. Good job, Austin Dillon. On pit road, there was an ambulance. This is like the worst way to get taken out of a race. There's an ambulance. So, Richmond has a very narrow pit road, the commitment line. And there's an ambulance in the middle of the lane. And they opened pit road for some reason. I don't know why NASCAR didn't make them hold off another lap, wait for the ambulance to get out of the way, and it caused a stack up, and a bunch of people would have committed a violation for having their tires on the orange little box, but because of the ambulance, no one got a penalty. And it caused a stack up, and Clinton Boyer got rear-ended by Matt Kenseth, and it caused a huge stack up. So Boyer got rear damage, and he got some nose damage. They ended up fixing that. But Matt Kenseth, who's like in desperate need of points, he's already 90 ahead, but if there's a new winner, he's out. He rear ends Boyer, and it busts his radiator, and he ends up finishing like 38th because of that. And so he didn't really seem mad in his interview, surprisingly. But, that's obviously a frustrating way to get out of the race when you have a winning car. But, yeah. So Kyle Larson took him back to green. Long green flag runs. It was really a really long race. 90 to go. Kevin Harvick pitted, and some people decided to follow, but the majority of leaders pitted with 70 to go. Dale Jr. stayed out till 45 to go, trying to play a different strategy because he had to win to make it to the playoffs. And so he was hoping that there would be a caution while he was still out, because then he would pit and everyone else behind him would probably pit just to get some new tires. And so that there ended up, yeah. So 32 to go, Boyer pitted and he got a tire violation. That pretty much ended his day. Truex looked like he was going to win. Like, he was cruising, and then 4 to go. There's this guy named Derek Cope. He won like one Daytona 500. That's like his only one like in 1990. He's been running all year, and he's like 90, and he finishes 40th. So Truex was mad. In like his post-race interview, they were asking him about it, and he's like, yeah, it sucks when there's a caution for a guy like that, and it ends up ruining your chance of winning. And so he was really mad. Everyone pitted. Larson went off pit road. Really good stop for that crew. Last 2 laps were really chaos, like the most chaos in the whole race. Like right off the start, Larson was on the inside. He got a pretty good restart. And then like 3 or 4 rows behind him, Eric Jones just completely missed third gear. And so he got pretty shuffled out, and that ended his playoff chances. Cars were all over the place. They were 4 wide. Like there was smoke because Kyle Busch and Keselowski made contact. And then with 1 to go, going into turn 1, Truex was trying to hold off Hamlin for second, and Hamlin just like kind of locked up the brakes, I guess, or went up a little too hot into turn 1 and wrecked Truex. So that's why Truex was really upset. And Larson pulled away and won his 4th race of the season. So yeah, let me get these results up. Talk about it. Kyle Larson won the race. He won 53 laps. He led 53 laps. And then Joey Logano missed the playoffs, saying because he had to win. He had that win taken away from him from Richmond earlier this year due to the illegal rear suspension. And he said, second place is nothing this week. If we get second, it's worthless. And Joey Logano got second. So that honestly sucks for him, but, yes. Third, Ryan Newman. Like, he always ends up getting third in these crazy races because... Fourth, Kurt Busch. He's been hot recently. He got 11th at Michigan. He got 5th at Bristol, and he got 3rd at Darlington. This week he got 4th. So he's on a really good hot streak going into the playoffs. This is the time to get hot if you're a team like that. Denny Hamlin coming back from that encumbered win that I did not talk about last week because I didn't do a race to recap last week because, yeah. He got that win taken away from him. So, like, we saw what happened to Logano. He lost all of his confidence, and he didn't make the playoffs, but Hamlin finished 5th. Eric Jones finished 6th, missing the playoffs, needing a win. 7th, Daniel Suarez. Was not talked about much of the day. He was running 15th most of the day, so good for him to get a top 10, but he did not make the playoffs. 8th, Jimmy Johnson. He's always in a summer slump, but he's going to turn on a light switch like Tuesday. He's going to be like, okay, now I have to try. Okay. 9th, Kyle Busch. He won stage 1. He had a frustrating finish. 10th, Chase Elliott. He ran top 10 all day, but wish he would have gotten a better finish. 11th, Brad Keselowski. He had a roller coaster day. So, yeah. Casey Kane, 12th. Decent, I guess. 13th, Dale Jr. He had top 10 car. He actually had top 5 car. This was his in my opinion, this was his second best race of the season behind the Texas race where he got top 5. He did really good. He was running top 10, and then the strategy and then just the end kind of messed him up, and he got 13th. 14th, McMurray, he made it. 15th, Harvick, he had a rough day. 16th, Michael McDowell, fantasy points. Yeah, good job, Michael. 17th, Eric Almirola. 18th, Ryan Blaney. Rough day for him. 19th, Stenhouse. 20th, Truex after that wreck. 21st, Austin Dillon. 22nd, Ty Dillon. 23rd, Danica. 24th, Clint. 25th, Trevor Bayne. 26th, AJ Allmendinger. 27th, David Reagan. 28th, Paul Menard. 29th, Corey LaJoie. 30th, Reed Sorensen. 31st, Matt DiBenedetto. 32nd, Chris Buescher. 33rd, Cole Witt. 34th, Jeffrey Earnhardt. 35th, Greg Galding. 36th, Derek Cope, who ended up screwing up Truex. 37th, BJ. I'm not trying to pronounce that. McLeod. 38th, the guy who had that ambulance accident. Matt Kenseth. And 39th, Landon Castle. So that's the race. I'm literally making a video about the playoff preview literally right after this. So just wait.